The arena floor gleamed under the violet light of 3 distant suns, its surface scarred by 1,000 battles. Commander Zorthak stood at one end, his chitinous armor reflecting the crowd's anticipation. Beside him, his pride and terror incarnate, a Kreshitar battle beast, 12 feet of scaled muscle and razor-sharp claws that had torn through the champions of 17 worlds. At the opposite end stood Elijah Chen, looking remarkably unimpressive in his standard human diplomatic attire. In his arms he cradled a small orange tabby cat, who seemed far more interested in cleaning his paw than acknowledging the deafening roar of the assembled Galactic Council. Emma Rodriguez, humanity's lead xenobiologist, watched from the observation deck with her hands pressed against the transparent aluminum barrier. "This is insane," she muttered, though no one could hear her over the crowd. Completely insane, the challenge had been inevitable. For 3 cycles, humanity had applied for membership in the Galactic Federation, and for 3 cycles, Commander Zorthax had blocked their entry. His argument was always the same. Humans were weak, their world untested by true conflict, their species too soft to stand among the warrior races of the galaxy. Finally, Elijah had had enough. Following Protocol Omega, the ancient rite of trial by combat, he had issued a formal challenge. Each side would bring their fiercest predator. The winner's species would hold precedence in all future council votes regarding Earth. The council had laughed when Elijah submitted his choice of champion. Mr. Whiskers, a 3-year-old domestic house cat, weighed approximately 10 pounds. The Kreshtar weighed 800. "Begin," the Arbiter's voice echoed across the arena. Zorthax released his beast. It charged forward with earth-shaking steps, each footfall cracking the arena floor. Its roar shook the spectator stands. Diplomatic representatives from 100 worlds leaned forward in their seats, eager to witness humanity's humiliation. Elijah gently set Mr. Whiskers down on the arena floor. The cat sat immediately, tail curled around his feet, and yawned. The Kreshtar bore down on them, now 50 feet away, 40, 30. Mr. Whiskers' eyes tracked the approaching creature with the bored interest of an apex predator watching an insect. His pupils dilated to black saucers. His ears rotated forward. His whiskers twitched. 20 feet. The cat's haunches shifted almost imperceptibly. 10 feet. Mr. Whiskers moved, not with the desperate scramble of prey, but with the liquid certainty of a predator who had never doubted his place in the food chain. He darted directly toward the Kreshtar's massive legs, then through them, between them, around them. The battle beast, committed to its charge, couldn't adjust. Its claws scraped the arena floor where the cat had been nanoseconds before. The Kreshtar spun, confused. Mr. Whiskers sat behind it, licking his shoulder. Emma allowed herself a small smile. She had tried to explain this to the council, but they hadn't listened. Earth's housecats were the descendants of desert predators with reflexes honed over millions of years. Their reaction time was faster than almost any creature their size in the known galaxy. Their flexibility allowed them to twist mid-air, to fit through any space their head could fit through, to land on their feet from falls that would kill other creatures. But more than that, and this was the part the aliens truly couldn't comprehend, housecats were the only species humans had ever domesticated that didn't need them. Dogs needed humans, cattle needed humans, even horses needed humans, but cats had chosen humans and could unchoose them at any moment. They stayed because they wanted to, because something in their biology and psychology found the arrangement acceptable. That independence, that core of wild indifference, had never been bred out. Every housecat was still in its heart a perfect predator. The Kreshtar roared and charged again. Mr. Whiskers dodged, this time raking his claws across the beast's nose as he passed. The alien creature howled more in surprise than pain. Its own blood, purple and viscous, dripped onto the arena floor. Now the pattern repeated. Charge, dodge, strike. Charge, dodge, strike. The massive battle beast, bred for strength and ferocity, had never faced an opponent that simply refused to be where it expected. Each miss seemed to enrage it further, making it sloppier, more predictable. Mr. Whiskers, meanwhile, appeared to be enjoying himself. He had discovered that this large, stupid creature would chase him, and the game was delightful. Between attacks, he would sit and groom himself, occasionally glancing at Elijah as if to say, "Are you watching this?" 15 minutes into the battle, The Kreshtar was bleeding from dozens of small wounds. Its breathing had become labored, its charges less frequent. Mr. Whiskers had a single scratch on his ear, obtained when he had miscalculated a jump by perhaps a centimeter. Commander Zorthax's mandibles clicked in distress. This was impossible. His beast had never been defeated. It had killed creatures 10 times its size. How was this tiny earth animal running circles around it? Emma could have told him. Pound for pound, cats were among the most efficient predators Earth had ever produced. Their skeleton was held together by muscles so flexible that they had no collarbone, allowing them to squeeze through impossibly tight spaces. Their claws were retractable, keeping them razor-sharp. Their teeth were designed not to chew but to deliver killing bites. And their attitude, that supreme indifference to anything resembling fear, came from millions of years of evolutionary success. The Kreshtar made one final charge, desperation overriding its training. Mr. Whiskers waited until the last possible second, then leaped straight up. The laws of physics meant that the battle beast couldn't stop its momentum. The cat landed precisely on its head, claws extended, and held on as the creature thrashed and spun. For 30 seconds, Mr. Whiskers rode the Kreshtar like a very angry, very confused rodeo competitor. Then he jumped off, landed perfectly on all 4 feet, and walked calmly back to Elijah, who scooped him up. The battle beast collapsed, exhausted and defeated. It had never landed a single solid blow. The arena fell silent. Elijah held Mr. Whiskers up to the observation deck where the Galactic Council sat in stunned disbelief. The cat meowed once, then settled into Elijah's arms and began to purr. Humanity, Elijah said, his voice carrying across the silent arena, didn't conquer Earth by being the strongest or the fastest. We did it by being persistent, adaptable, and smart enough to make allies of our predators. This cat's ancestors were killing cobras and scorpions when our ancestors were still living in caves. We convinced them to live with us, to protect our food stores, to share our homes, not by breaking them but by earning their respect. He scratched Mr. Whiskers behind the ears. The cat's purr intensified. If you want to know what makes humanity dangerous, remember this. We turned our predators into our companions, and they chose to stay. If that doesn't terrify you, nothing should. Commander Zorthax's translator struggled with the word Elijah used next, but Emma understood it perfectly. Checkmate, the Council voted unanimously to grant Earth full Federation membership. Mr. Whiskers, unimpressed by politics, fell asleep in Elijah's arms. He dreamed of victory, tuna, and the warm spot on the diplomatic shuttle where the sun came through the window. Somewhere, humanity's ancient alliance with small, furry predators had just changed the galaxy forever, and Mr. Whiskers couldn't have cared less.